Welcome to Like a Mom. This is a podcast where we prove that you don't have to choose between rocking it at home and building a thriving business. You actually get to do both. We're here to ditch the stereotypes, crush those limiting beliefs, and show you how the skills that you use every day that make you a great mom are actually the same ones that make you an incredible business owner. Let's dive into empowering conversations, practical tips, and plenty of inspiration and support to help you thrive in every part of your life. Because, like a mom, you're already unstoppable. Let's do this. Hello, and welcome to this week's episode. Today, I kind of want to talk about the overwhelming theme that I have been through in my life, and that I keep having the same conversation right now with other women. And so I feel like there's so many of us that have gone or are going through this or will go through this. And so I kind of wanted to bring it up and talk about it today. And if you've been following along on my social media pages, every day I am posting a daily affirmation. And right now in my current life, I am really leaning on these in gratitude. So affirmations are great for reprogramming your thoughts. And I personally have a lot of thoughts we all have thoughts that we don't even know are in there. And I have uncovered a lot of these thoughts that I've carried around with me that are really not serving me at all. And so the only way that I can change that is by replacing them with a new thought. So I am leaning into gratitude and affirmations every day. And so on my social media pages, I'm sharing those affirmations with you guys. So you can go over to Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and follow along. My handles on Instagram and TikTok are Whitney L. Vance. Also, if you search Like a Mom podcast, you'll find me there too. So if you want daily encouragement and affirmations that you can say to help retrain your thoughts and mind. Also, not only that, I find that they kind of give me clues and signs to what I actually have going on in there. So when I'm reading an affirmation and it's saying something like, I fully trust myself, blah, 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 I can feel myself really kind of want to resist it and really kind of have some issues with that. And so I stop immediately and I kind of investigate, why is this affirmation bringing so much up inside of me? And a lot of times it shows me, I'm really kind of struggling with self-trust, or I'm really kind of struggling with self-love, or whatever it is. And so I find that the daily affirmations serve multiple purposes, and they're really working for me. So if it's something that you want to try, then head over and follow my Instagram and my TikTok and get your daily affirmations. And it's really easy. All you do is just be committed to saying that affirmation throughout the day, and not just saying it. You can't just chant it. You have to really kind of embody it. You have to really investigate and input it into your nervous system and really feel comfortable and really believe, that it is a possibility. Sometimes it starts with just believing that it's a possibility, and then the more that you do it, the more that it's ingrained in you, the more that you see things throughout your day and you repeat to yourself no, I am worthy, good job, I am really smart. As you do that throughout your day, you're creating and setting a new pattern. I'm gonna start doing lives talking about the daily affirmation and how it kind of resonates with my life today. So you can, if you need kind of some ideas, support, guidance, you just want to hear conversation about, what I'm dealing with, what I'm struggling with, how this applied to me, or examples or scenarios, then I'm going to do all of that over there. And so I really invite you to come over there and join me in that. And then in the comments, let me know how, what came up for you, how it resonates, like how it's going for you, and then share any tips or advice or anything that you have. But today's daily affirmation is to trust that you are right where you need to be. And I find this one to be it's so applicable to all of us. And honestly, a lot of times, like, it's not something that we do easily. It's not even something that we process in our mind that we are doing or that we're not doing. A lot of times, like when we're balancing home life and growing a business, we can get caught up in the now of the situation of what's going on, and we can start looking around to assign meanings to every decision or meanings to every event, or sometimes we even go back and we start questioning our past events or our past decisions, and then we just start feeling like we're weighted in like uncertainty and questioning and confusion, and we have no clarity. So in my life, like, I've lived this way a lot. A lot of my days of growing a business and raising a family, I have lived in the immediately, like, right now place of not clarity in the 3D, in the body, in the worldly right now situation. And so I feel like it is so key that we just stop and we take a minute and we remind ourselves that there's actually more to life and there's actually more going on than the exact right now meaning that we have. So we need to be present in what we're doing right now, but we don't actually have to be defining all of these like specific meanings right now, because a lot of times we don't even have like the greater understanding of how this chapter fits into the whole entire storybook. But we walk around and we're trying to like define things into only what we can reference right now, and we miss so much. And then we start getting so critical, and we start getting so negative and defeated, and we start spinning into these cycles that we really don't want to be in. And before you know it, we have chaos at home, and our business isn't growing, and we're not achieving the dreams that we have, because like we are so set in defining like success and failure and meaning to the experience that we're experiencing at this time, and we forget that there's actually a greater experience. And an example of this in my life that I was thinking about is when I went to college. And my whole life I wanted to be a counselor. And my mom had all these like self-help books and all these like psychology books and all of this stuff on this bookshelf that she had. And I used to pull the books off, and I would just kind of like, I've never been a huge reader, so I'm not going to sit here and say I read the book, because I didn't. But I would pull the book off and I would like open it up, and I would just kind of read a little bit about, whatever was on that page, or, whatever, just kind of like skim through it. And so I did that as a kid because I was really into like self-help. And so I wanted to go to be a counselor. And so I went to college and I did that. I got a degree in counseling. Addiction counseling was my actual like specialty that I specialized in, which was in the sociology department, which dealt with more of the masses, not necessarily the individual, like the psychology. Like they both are counseling, they both deal with the individual, but kind of different perspectives. Anyway, so I did that and I got my degree. And when it was time for me to graduate, I was like, I'm not going to do this. I'm not going to go and be a counselor anymore. And I think I didn't really understand, and people, other people didn't really understand. And they would ask me why, and I was determined that I was going to be a mom. And throughout my childhood, as much as thinking I was going to be a counselor, I was determined to be a mom, and I didn't feel like I wanted to sacrifice going and getting even more schooling and working evenings when, most people are available for, counseling sessions in the evenings, and I wanted to be at home with my kids. My mom worked a lot of evenings, and I didn't want to do that. I wanted to be at home at night with my kids when they were not at school. And so I went and graduated with my degree and quickly decided I'm not doing this, and I went to business. I transferred over into the business world. And a lot of times, nobody understood, why did you go to college? Why did you get this degree? Why are you not using this degree? And I didn't understand it myself. I found myself asking that. Why did I go? If I didn't want to do that, I should have just got a different degree. I, didn't even need to go to college. Why did I even spend the money going to college? I wasted my time. Look at all these years that I was in school. I could have, if I was just going to do business, I could have just gone into business. I would be X amount of, whatever ahead. If I had not done that, I could have just opened this, furniture refinishing business that I actually want to do. My mind just went on so much, and I was really just questioning all of the decisions that I made and the place that I was sitting at. I have this degree, but I'm not doing it. I'm not, I was 100% just not trusting the place that I was in. It didn't make sense to me, and it didn't make sense to anyone else, and I had no answers for it. And I started defining all of that and attaching all of these meanings to it that didn't belong there. Because what I was doing was sitting there and judging the situation at hand that I was experiencing based off of the knowledge and the information that I had right then. Fast forward down the road here, I absolutely needed to do that. I absolutely needed to go to college. I absolutely needed to go to that college. And I absolutely needed to go to that college and get that degree. And so I was so narrow focused into not using the degree that I just went and got and paid money for, that I wasn't zoomed out and looking at the fact that if I had not had gone to that college, I would not have met my husband. And if I had not gone to that college and got that degree, I would not have felt the satisfaction and the achievement. I wouldn't have been the first one that actually graduated and got a degree in my family. I wouldn't have had all of that knowledge and all of that experience, that I wouldn't have gained everything that I gained from those years, the independence of going and living in a different town and figuring out who I was. There was so much that went actually into that experience of going to college and getting that degree, that as I was sitting there and defining, attaching all these meanings to it, I was just missing so much. And I feel like we do that so often. And if I hadn't have gone and got that degree, I would not have I knew that I felt like there was something really missing from the counseling realm. And I said that, and honestly, my mom thought I was nuts. People kind of were well, I don't know, really what you're talking about. And I just kept investigating it, and I just kept pursuing that thought. And I just kept looking for more. And all of that has progressed into me learning so much about the body and about trauma and about the nervous system and about regulating and about all these limiting belief, these thoughts and these limiting beliefs and everything that we carry with us. And so that degree set me up for that path of learning. And I learned all of that as I was doing business. So I was also learning business, and I was learning how to build a website, and I was learning how to grow a website, and I was learning how to do all of this while I had 3 babies in diapers at the same time. And my mom was going through breast cancer treatment and chemo, and I was young, and all of these life events and all of these things were happening. And there's so much going on right there that like when you don't really just fully sit and trust that you're exactly where you need to be right now, and you start like zooming in on these little defined things, you're missing so much. And all of that experience led me to where I am right now today. Right now today, I help women who are moms, who are growing a home and a business at the same time, uncover their limiting beliefs and their stories and their setbacks and their roadblocks so that they can become the best version of themselves and have a thriving home and a thriving business. And my personal experience has given me a lot of that information and knowledge. And then my counseling and my college degree has given me a lot of that information and knowledge. And then my pure experience in running and growing multiple different businesses and multiple different niches, like multiple different types of business with multiple different types of people. All of that has played into what I do today. And so back when I was questioning and zoomed in on that exact, I'm not doing what I thought I was going to do with this, I was missing the whole rest of the book. I was missing the whole rest of the chapters. And so today I sit here, and one of my businesses is a creative business, and it is going through a whole like kind of rebrand kind of position. And I have been the one that really has been the driving force in that business. My husband and I both do this. Like we both have this business. We both have done, a lot of the parts of this business, but he has worked as a teacher also while we've had this business. And so a lot of the times this business has, I've been putting in like a lot of the work, and he also does. I don't want to discredit that he's not like putting in work in this business, but for the most part, I have been running this business. And lately I kind of just feel like I am like, it's shifting, and it's time for him to really, as this business rebrands, it's time for him to kind of really step in and like take it to like this next place that it needs to go. And my focus needs to really be like honed in on helping moms become everything that they were like put here on this earth to be at home and in business. And so I have to remind myself right now to zoom out and trust that I'm exactly where I need to be at this time in my life, because I don't know the rest of the story for either of these businesses or for either of us. That doesn't mean that it's not difficult sometimes to think about how or scary that this business is going to change, or have the thought of like, oh gosh, I wasted all this time doing this creative business, and if I had, been over here doing this other thing, we'd be so much further along. Like the illusion of wasted time is just something that we just need to like, like get out of here. Like there's no actual such thing as time. Like the world has a clock, but outside of that, like what is time anyway? Like it's really just a worldly, earthly thing, and it's not really anything, because when you're focused on time, you're zoomed in and you're missing experience, you're missing events, you're missing actual life things. So this illusion of wasted time just really kind of needs to go away, and we really just need to like reframe our eyes to see all of the experience and all of the things that we've learned and the ways that we've grown and the people we've met, and just forget about wasted time, because everything that happens in our life is setting us on a path to be where we need to be. And so there's no such thing as wasted time. Just get that out of here, because that's just not, we just don't need that. It's not serving us at all. And so as we do that, I also think that we forget to remember our life has a purpose. And so all of those little experiences and all of those events and all of those years that we spent doing something and all of those, everything, they play a part in the game of what our purpose is. Our past experiences are huge in serving a purpose. They help us figure out what our purpose is. They help us. We serve purposes in that season that we're in. We're not behind. There is no such thing as behind. We are exactly right where we need to be. We need to trust that we are where we need to be because we could not be anywhere different than where we are now. And all of those experiences lead to serving the purpose because our lives have purpose. And when we forget to look at that, when we forget to examine everything in all of the experiences, and we really just zoom in to the little things that we're defining from our right now, we start questioning if we're on the right path, or wondering if we've made the right decision, or wondering if we're even raising the kids right, or wondering if, maybe I shouldn't be homeschooling them. Maybe they should be in a school building. Maybe I'm not helping them. Maybe I'm harming them. Maybe maybe I shouldn't have been doing this business. Maybe I wasn't actually gifted at doing this business. Maybe this wasn't my calling. Maybe I made myself go do this and this wasn't actually what I was doing. Maybe I wasted all of these years. Maybe I wasted all of this money. All of that wondering and those questions are only happening because you're looking at this exact moment right now that your brain is processing, this moment in time that your eyes and mind are processing of your situation right now. And you need to remember that there's more to this story than what your current mind is thinking about. And so just trust that you are exactly where you need to be. And I know sometimes, for me, when I, was hearing that, I was but I don't want to be here. I don't want to be in this place. I don't want to trust that I'm right where I need to be because I don't want to be here. And I really kind of resisted, this affirmation. And that's when it really clicked to me, whoa, no. Thank you actually so much for this because if I am able to say I don't want to be here, I don't want to trust that I'm where I need to be because I don't want to be here. Well, hello, you literally just defined where you don't want to be. And so now you are one step closer to where you want to be. And you absolutely needed that experience to get you to where you want to be. So remember to hold on to the truth that you are exactly where you need to be, even if it's not making any sense to you right now, even if the pieces don't seem to fit at all. One day you'll look back and you'll see how it all connected beautifully into a whole entire book, and you were just looking at and in that one little chapter. So trust the process, trust yourself. And most importantly, trust that every step that you have taken so far has been leading you to where you are right now. And every step that you will take from here forward is leading you to where you are meant to be. You have got this, and you are doing a great job raising those kids and growing that business. And you are doing a great job growing you. Trust that you are exactly where you need to be today. Thanks for hanging out with me on the Like a Mom podcast. If you love this episode, be sure to subscribe, leave a review, and share it with another mom who's ready to thrive in life and business. Remember, you've got everything you need to succeed already inside of you. Keep going, keep believing, and know that you're doing amazing. Remember, being a mom isn't a limitation. It's your ultimate advantage. Until next time, keep thriving and shining like a mom.